female reproductive system is little complex than the male reproductive system. Why is it complex? Because it has to receive the sperms, and then the next process of fertilization and formation of embryo takes place in the uterus of the female. So that's why it is a little complex. Okay, so I'm going to read. The female germ cells or eggs are made in the ovaries. They are also responsible for the production of some hormones. Okay, then when a girl is born, the ovaries already contain thousands of immature eggs. On reaching puberty, some of these start maturing. One egg is produced every month by one of the ovaries. The egg is carried from the ovary to the womb through a thin oviduct or fallopian tube. The two oviducts unite into an elastic bag-like structure known as the uterus. The uterus opens into the vagina through the cervix. The sperms enter through the vaginal passage during sexual intercourse. They travel upwards and reach the oviduct where they may encounter the egg. The fertilized egg, that is called the zygote, gets implanted in the lining of the uterus and starts dividing. We have seen in earlier sections that the mother's body is designed to undertake the development of the child. Hence, the uterus prepares itself every month to receive and nurture the growing embryo. The lining thickens and is richly supplied with blood to nourish the growing embryo. The embryo gets nutrition from the mother's blood with the help of a special tissue called placenta. This is a disc which is embedded in the uterine wall. It contains villi on the embryo side of the tissue, and on the mother side are blood spaces which surround the villi. This provides a large surface area for glucose and oxygen to pass from the mother to the embryo. The developing embryo will also generate waste substances which can be removed by transferring them into the mother's blood through the placenta. The development of the child inside the mother's body takes approximately 9 months. The child is born as a result of rhythmic contractions of the muscles in the uterus. And little bit this part, what happens when the egg is not fertilized? If the egg is not fertilized, it lives for about 1 day. Since the ovary releases one egg every month, the uterus also prepares itself every month to receive a fertilized egg. So thus its lining becomes thick and spongy. This would be required for nourishing the embryo if fertilization had taken place. Now, however, this lining is not needed any longer, so the lining slowly breaks and comes out through the vagina as blood and mucus. This cycle takes place roughly every month and is known as menstruation. It usually lasts for about 2 to 8 days. So today we are going to study about female reproductive system and little bit that if there is no fertilization, then what happens to the egg which is developing inside the uterus. Okay, now see here. First of all, we should know the parts of the female reproductive system. So female reproductive system is more complex as compared to males. I told you why, because it is due to the fact that it accepts sperms from male. So male reproductive system has the function of discharging the sperms into the genital tract of female. Then what happens to that germs? So then the whole process is there in the female reproductive system. So that's why you can say that it is more complex. One more question can come that why female reproductive system is more complex than the male reproductive system, because it has to receive the sperms and the whole process of fertilization then takes place inside the female reproductive system. So that's why it is due to the fact that it accepts sperms from male, supports their movement up to egg. Up to egg means egg is lying somewhere here. Okay, so I'll tell you where is the position of the egg and where the sperms has to reach, then how fertilization takes place. So just listen. So then it has to support their movement up to the egg, then fertilization also, and post fertilization changes. Post fertilization changes means what happens after fertilization. So fertilization, all of you know what is fertilization. It is the fusion of the male and the female egg cell. Just let me switch on the power. Okay, so post fertilization changes means the changes which takes place after the fertilization. Once the sperms enters into the female reproductive system, it fuses with the egg cell, and then there is a zygote formation, and then after that, so how that zygote grows into embryo, so that all processes, that all changes are called post fertilization changes. Female reproductive system consists of the following organs. So what are they composed of? Ovaries, fallopian tubes that are also known as oviducts, and uterus and vagina. So this is, it looks like, so ovaries, you can see there are two ovaries in female reproductive system. These are almond shaped. And what is happening inside the ovaries? The egg production. So the female gamete, that is called ovum. Ovum, singular is ovum. If you say one egg is produced by the ovary once a month, so that egg is called ovum also, ovum, and plural is called ova. Okay, singular is ovum. So these ovaries are producing ovum, that is one egg it is producing once a month. So two ovaries are there. So these are producing eggs alternatively. Once in, for example, in first month this ovary is producing egg, so then in the next month this ovary will produce egg. So they are working alternatively, they are producing, but only one egg will be produced once in a month by one ovary. Okay, then fallopian tubes are there. So fallopian tubes are the, you can say these are the major sites of fertilization. So here the fertilization takes place. Okay, so when the sperm enters from the vagina, they deposit here, and then they have to reach up to here. Here the egg is lying in the fallopian tube. This is a very important question from examination point of view also, that what is the site of fertilization? Okay, fertilization कहाँ पे होती है? Fertilization, it takes place in the fallopian tube of the female reproductive system. Mostly students write uterus, but no, uterus is the wrong answer. Fallopian tube में fertilization होती है, that is the correct answer. So egg is lying here. When ovary is producing egg, it is sending the egg to the uterus, but before going to the uterus, it will lie here in the fallopian tube for some time. Okay, and when the sperms will come, so they have to reach up to the fallopian tube to fertilize that egg. So fertilization is taking place here in the fallopian tube, and after the fertilization, so what is fertilization? Fusion of the female and the male egg cell. So they are getting fertilized here, and the zygote which is formed, then it goes into the uterus. फिर उसके बाद जो formation of embryo is there, that takes place in the uterus. But very important that the site of fertilization are the fallopian tubes. Okay, fallopian tube, it is connecting the ovary to the uterus. Okay, fallopian tubes are connecting the ovary to the uterus, and they are also carrying the eggs. So fallopian tubes or oviducts, they are carrying the eggs from the ovary to the uterus, but for some days it lies here. So fertilization should take place first here, and then the zygote will go into the uterus for the implantation. Okay, implantation means embedding here in the uterus, then for the further changes that takes place in the uterus. Then uterus. So uterus is a bag-like structure, pear-shaped, inverted, where the growth of embryo takes place. Okay, so when the formation of zygote is there in the fallopian tube, then it comes to the uterus, and here the formation of embryo and then further changes. So embryo is growing up to a fully mature baby in the uterus, or it is also known as womb, W-O-M-B, mother's womb it says. Okay, then vagina. Vagina is the outermost part of the female reproductive system where the sperms are discharged. Okay, then one by one we will take. So first we'll talk about ovaries. So human female reproductive system has a pair of ovaries, that is two ovaries are present, and each human female contains two almond shaped ovaries located in the lower part of the abdominal cavity near the kidney. Okay, near the kidney, but lower part of the abdominal cavity they are lying. Each ovary is connected by a ligament to the uterus. If you see here, you can say this one, this is the ligament. So you can say each ovary is connected to the uterus by a ligament. So it's a tissue which is supporting. The function is nothing is taking place here. It is only, ligament is only to support the ovaries. Only support system it is giving to the ovaries. Then ovaries are the primary sex organs. I told you already. So these are gonads, female gonads, which perform the dual function. So now what are the functions of the ovaries? This is also important. So functions of the ovaries are, two functions are there of the ovaries. First is production of the female gametes, that is eggs or ova. So ova is plural. If you talk about one egg, then it is ovum. Okay, so production of female gametes and secretion of female sex hormone, that are estrogen and progesterone. Just wait. Yes. So ovaries are primary sex organs. What are the functions of ovaries? Two functions are there. First is they are producing the female gametes, that is the eggs or ova. And second function is it is secreting the female sex hormones, estrogen and progesterone. I'll tell you they have separate functions. So ovary is composed of ovarian follicles. Now what are these ovarian follicles? Ovarian follicles are small sac-like structures which are present inside the ovary. Ovary के अंदर thousands of ovarian follicles are present, and each ovarian follicle इसके अंदर egg mature होता है. So the production of the egg and the maturation of the egg is taking place inside the ovarian follicles which are present inside the ovaries. So each follicle, which is a sac-like structure, each follicle contains a large ovum surrounded by many layers of follicle cells. Okay, I hope it's clear. Ovary is composed of ovarian follicles. Thousands of immature follicles are there when a girl is born. So it is naturally by birth. Thousands of immature ovarian follicles are present inside the ovary when a girl is born. And then when the girl reaches at the age of puberty, so then these follicles, they mature. And when they get mature, they start producing the ovum. They start producing the egg cells, and which gets mature once a month. So one ovarian follicle will produce one ovum in a month. Okay, only one egg cell will be produced by the follicle once a month. So the production of ova starts at the age of puberty, I told you. So this ovarian follicles, they get active. They get active when the girl reaches at the age of puberty. And one ovum is produced every month during the fertile years of a woman. So I think 40, up to 50 years of age, the fertility is counted of a woman. So during the fertile years of woman, one ovum is produced every month. Every month, one egg, this female ovary is producing. So now what is happening to that egg? Okay. Then next is fallopian tubes. Fallopian tubes are also known as oviducts. It is about 10 to 12 centimeter long muscular tube which carries the egg from the ovary to the uterus. I told you in the diagram. So these are the connection. These are the connection between the ovary and the uterus. And the function is to carry the egg from the ovary to the uterus and also provides the appropriate environment for its fertilization. Appropriate environment means the environment which is provided by the hormones. So the hormones are working. Basically, the appropriate environment is provided by the hormones. Okay, and very important, it is the site of fertilization. So fallopian tubes are the sites of the fertilization where the fusion of the male sperm and the female egg take place. Okay. Then uterus is a large inverted muscular structure that lies behind the bladder. If fertilization takes place, the embryo gets attached to the wall of uterus and grows there until birth. So this happens if the fertilization takes place. So if the female egg cell gets the male sperm, so then it gets fertilized and the embryo gets attached to the wall of uterus. So first fertilization takes place in the fallopian tube, and then after the fertilization the zygote is born into the uterus. and then it is converted to embryo. Series of chemical changes are there. Cell division takes place. It is a long period of 9 months. The embryo gets attached to the wall of uterus and it grows there until birth. Then vagina, muscular tube about 7 to 10 centimeters. So this is the outermost part, long, whose walls contain elastic tissue. Okay, why elastic tissue? Because it is also known as birth canal. So vagina is also called birth canal as it allows the passage of the baby at the time of childbirth. So when they contain sphincter muscles are present, they also relax. So this is called birth canal because when the baby has to come out, so it has to be relaxed. So that's why this vagina, it is made up of elastic tissue. Clear? So these are the parts. Now what happen? What is there if there is no fertilization? Okay, so first we will talk that what happen if there is no fertilization. If there is fertilization means if the female egg is getting the male sperm and then fertilization is taking place. Okay, I told you then fertilization will take place in the fallopian tube and then the zygote will come into the uterus and there it will grow till the birth. But what if there is no fertilization? That means we have to study one cycle which goes on in females. If so, it depends if it gets sperms or if it doesn't get sperms. So then there is one sexual cycle which is going on in females. So that the span of this cycle is of 28 to 30 days. It is very important to study this. Okay, I'll tell you how much in details we have to do this. So this is if no fertilization. Okay, so if there is no fertilization means if because every month the female is producing egg. So female ovaries are producing eggs every month whether they get the sperms or not. Okay, but every month the female ovaries are producing one ovum. Clear? But what if they don't get sperms? So what happened then? So ovaries start releasing ovum at the age of puberty. The two ovaries do not release their ova at one time. I told you that a pair of ovaries are present, but it is not like that both the ovaries are releasing their eggs at one time. No, then two eggs will come, but it doesn't happen like that. So by nature only, they release ova alternatively. They release ova. Ova means eggs. So alternatively, and the period between the release of ova is generally 28 to 30 days. So for example, if on 1st October, one ovary is producing one egg, then after 28 days, the other ovary will produce the second egg. Okay, so that the span is of 28 to 30 days. Now the release of egg is controlled by a female hormone, estrogen, which is not secreted constantly but in cycles. Okay, but in cycles means there is a period. This cycle is going on for 28 to 30 days and there are different stages in which this cycle is divided. So during that time only this estrogen will be produced. It is not produced every day. Estrogen is not active every day. It is not produced every day, but there are fixed periods in this cycle when this estrogen is produced. And each cycle lasts about 28 to 30 days. That is one ovum is released per cycle. So when you say one cycle, one sexual cycle in females of 28 to 30 days, in these 28 to 30 days, only one ovum is released per cycle. And the control centers for the production of the gametes, I told you in the male reproductive system also, these are hypothalamus. So which are giving signals to the pituitary gland to control the production of the sex hormones, that is testosterone in males and estrogen and progesterone in females. Okay, here up to here. Now what is menstrual cycle? So there are changes in the cycle also. I'm told you that there is a sexual cycle which is going on in the female reproductive system and this cycle is of 28 days. So the cycle of events taking place in female reproductive organs, that is in ovaries and uterus. Clear? The cycle of events taking place in female reproductive organs, that is in ovaries and uterus, under the control of sex hormones in every 28 days and marked by bleeding or menstrual flow is called menstrual cycle. Means menstruation will occur when the female egg is not getting the male sperm. So when there is no fertilization, what happens that there is see, every month the uterus of the girl is preparing itself for the production, for the growth of the embryo. But when it does not receive the male sperm, then that environment which was made in the uterus, that thickening of the uterus. So what happened? The uterus start forming a layer of uh, you can say a layer of cells around itself to make it spongy for the growth of the embryo. But when it does not receive sperm, so then that thickening, that lining of the uterus, it degrades. You can say it ruptures on its own. So when there is a rupturing of that lining of the uterus, that is flowing through the vagina in the form of blood every month. Okay, so the ovaries and the uterus start exhibiting certain events in cyclic manner at the age of puberty. So it happens when the girls enter at the age of puberty. So then this cycle is of 28 days which goes on. Okay, so this is a representation of this 28-day cycle. So when you take 28-day cycle, so for example, so these first to 7 days are the menstruation period, means when the blood when there is bleeding from the vagina and the womb lining breaks down. Okay, this happens when there is no sperm inside the female reproductive system. So when the female egg does not get the sperm, then menstruation occurs. And then what happens? So first in the 28-day cycle, first is the menstruation period, and after that again the lining of womb begins to thicken to prepare for egg to implant. So this phase, you can say, from this blue phase is called follicular phase. Follicular phase means here after the menstruation. So when the menstruation is over, then again the uterus prepares itself, that again while egg will come and it starts preparing itself again for the implantation. Implantation means when the embryo comes in the uterus for the growth. Clear? Then after this, there is an ovulation period. Ovulation period, usually day 14, it is the ovulation period. That is when there is ovary is producing it, ovary is releasing egg. So ovary, when there is a production of egg by the ovary, that is called ovulation. Ovulation is the release of egg by the ovary. So that day, that period is called ovulation period, and it is usually day 14. So when the ovaries are producing eggs and they are releasing into the fallopian tube. So this is known as the fertile period. Fertile period means in this period, if the female egg gets the sperms, so then there are chances of fertilization. Clear? So that is, this is the, you can say, best fertile period, when there are 90 to 100% chances of fertilization are there if the female egg gets the sperms. Now, if in this period the female egg does not get the sperm, so what happens? If an egg has not been fertilized, means if there are no sperms, so egg is not fertilized, then again the follicles fade away. So the egg which was produced in the ovary after in the ovulation, it was released, then it starts fading away because it has not received the sperm. So when it will start fading away, again in the last 2 days of your 28-day cycle, the womb lining detaches. So the womb lining, the uterus has prepared itself for the receiving of the embryo, but it is not receiving the embryo because there is no fertilization. So then again that lining of the uterus, it breaks down and it comes out from the vagina in the form of blood. So this is how the 28-day cycle of the sexual female cycle in the females, it is going on. Okay, luteal phase it is called. Luteal, why? See, no need to remember the names, it is just for understanding. Okay, it will not be asked in the syllabus, it is just for your understanding, I'm telling you, because it is not in so much of details. You only need to know what is menstruation and why it occurs. Why it occurs? because when there is no fertilization, means when the female egg is not receiving the male sperms, then there is no fertilization, and then this menstruation occurs. Okay, then there is bleeding from the vagina, that is known as menstruation. So I have told you that why it is happening. So it is 28-day cycle. You should know, it is for your better understanding that what is happening in this 28-day cycle. So this is called follicular phase, when the egg is getting ready. Okay, when there is a production of the egg, formation of the egg in the ovaries, and ovulation period may the release of eggs from the ovary. And in the last luteal phase, here the egg, when it does not get the male sperms, it starts fading away. And lastly, the womb lining, which was made to receive the embryo and to make the appropriate environment, so that all breaks away. And this is what the blood which is coming out in the menstruation, that is the you can say it is the waste, it is the lining of the uterus which is fading away. So the lining of the uterus breaks, and that is removed in the form of blood. So luteal, it is here one gland is there in this phase. One gland is present that is producing this progesterone hormone. Okay, so the appropriate environment in the uterus is provided by progesterone hormone here. So that hormone is secreted by corpus luteum. It is present here. Okay, so leave it now because it will be in details then. I'm just telling you because here it is written luteal phase. So here that proper environment is made up by the hormone progesterone. Okay, estrogen is responsible for the formation of eggs, but in the last days of the 28-day cycle, progesterone is active, and it is providing the appropriate environment in the uterus to receive the embryo. Yeah, but it is just for your understanding. So this also, this part is also only for your understanding. Okay, if you want to have more understanding of the concept, then you can read this slide. I will share it with you. You can read it. So see, I have told you that 28-day cycle is divided into menstruation period, proliferative when the eggs are forming, and secretory means when there is a release of egg by the ovary. So in case the fertilization does not occur, I'm reading it fast because I've explained these things. In case the fertilization does not occur, the thickened inner lining of the uterus breaks down along with blood vessels. The degenerated part of uterus along with the blood moves out of the vagina in the form of bleeding, that is called menstruation, or generally we call it a period. Follicle stimulating hormone FSH secreted from pituitary gland stimulates the development of primary oocyte. Primary oocyte means when there is an initial stage of the formation of the egg. When the ovarian follicles are producing the eggs, that process is called oogenesis. It is written here, events of oogenesis. Oogenesis means the formation of egg in the ovaries. So primary oocyte means when they formation of egg also has different stages. So primary oocyte means when there is a initial stage of the formation of the egg in primary ovarian follicle. The developing follicle releases the hormone estrogen. This hormone stimulates the repair and development of the lining of the uterus. This is happening after the menstruation. So after the menstruation, there has to be some repair of the lining of the uterus also. So that repair is also done by the estrogen. So this hormone stimulates repair and development of the lining of the uterus and the fallopian tube. It also regulates maturation of only one follicle so that only one ovum is released at a time. So this all is taken care by the hormone estrogen. And the hormone estrogen builds up conditions so that a mature ovum is released from the ovary into the body cavity, which passes into the fallopian tube. So this is all done by the hormone estrogen. So these are the functions of the estrogen which is given here. Then the release of ovum from the ovary is called ovulation. So on the 14th day of your cycle, this ovulation phase is there when there is a release of the egg. Ovum is egg, release of ovum from the ovary. At the same time, another hormone, progesterone. See, before the ovulation period, estrogen is active, and after the ovulation period, progesterone is active. So at the same time, another hormone, progesterone, is released from the ovary. This hormone stimulates the uterus to maintain its thickening, as well as glandular activity in uterus and vagina. So no need to go in the details, just learn that progesterone is helping to maintain the environment in the uterus to receive the embryo. Okay, for your level, only this much is enough. Then release of progesterone is associated with the increase in body temperature of the female also, because after the ovulation there is a body temperature increase also in the uterus, because that is all natural process. It has to has appropriate optimum temperature in the uterus to receive the embryo. Okay, so that maintenance of the optimum temperature is done by the hormone progesterone. In case the fertilization occurs in the fallopian tube, okay, if it is positive, so if the fertilization occurs, means if the female ovum gets the male sperm, then the two hormones continue to cause thickening of the inner lining of the uterus and fallopian tube. They also help in proper implantation of the fetus in the uterine wall. So this is all done by the hormones. If there is fertilization, so then that implantation means when properly the embryo is placed in along the wall of the uterus. So that is called implantation. Then fertilization takes place inside the fallopian tube, but the embryo, see these lines are very important, these bracket lines which are in bold. Fertilization takes place inside the fallopian tube. Okay, the class is going to be over. Okay.